Hello, beautiful people. My name is Sahil, and welcome to part 5 of World Mapping Locations. Guys, in this series, we are doing the map locations which were frequented into the Hindu newspaper into the last 1 year. Now, friends, when I say last 1 year, it doesn't mean that it is spanning only to last 12 months, but there have been certain entries which were repeatedly into the news. They were there in 2018 as well as 2017. So, for that particular purpose, we have done entries for last 18 to 20 months. You can be assured on that particular front. Now, friends, there is one more announcement that I would like to make. I will be coming with certain prelim specific series also, which will be devoted primarily towards the current affairs. So, guys, that particular thing will also be coming in the very short span of time. So, guys, let's begin with today's mapping locations. So, friends, the first location is White Island, also called as Vakari Island. Now, this particular island happens to be a volcanic island, and in 2019, there was an eruption into this volcano, and in this eruption, a large number of people died. Now, friends, the White Island is situated in New Zealand towards the Northern Islands. Now, friends, this particular volcano is a cone volcano, and the nature of volcano is the stratovolcano. Now, the 70% of volcano lies into the ocean, and only the tip of the volcano is visible, which has formed a type of an island. Now, if we look the location of New Zealand, then New Zealand is divided into two major parts. One is called as South Island, and other part is called as Northern Islands. Guys, along with it, there are a large number of islands as well. Now, if you will see this area is called as Bay of Plenty. And in this Bay of Plenty, here the White Island is situated. In this map, you can see that it is a Bay of Plenty, and here in Bay of Plenty again the island is situated. And one more location here, the southern island and the northern island are bifurcated by the Cook Strait. So we have seen that the strait is a water body which connects two large water bodies. So on one side there is a Tasman Sea, and on other side there is a South Pacific Ocean, which are being connected by the Cook Strait. Now, friends, one more location is here, that is Great Barrier Island. Now, please keep this into mind. There could be a confusion. Great Barrier Reef is in Australia, and Great Barrier Island is towards New Zealand. And apart from the southern island and northern island, there are certain other important islands as well. They are the Chatham Island, which you can see here. It is the Stewart Island, which is here. So, Stewart Island and Chatham Island are also the important islands here. Now, this was all. Now, we'll go to the next entry. Now, New Caledonia was in news. Now, friends, New Caledonia is an archipelago, means a group of islands, and this archipelago is located into the Pacific Ocean. Now, this was in news because of two things. First of all, because of the New Caledonian Lagoon. Now, guys, New Caledonian Lagoon is one of the largest lagoon into the world, and second is because of the New Caledonia Barrier Reef. Now, this barrier reef is the longest barrier reef into the world and third largest barrier reef. You might be knowing that the largest barrier reef is the Great Barrier Reef of Australia, and after that, at second number, it is Belize Barrier Reef. Now, Belize is a Caribbean nation. It makes boundary with two countries, that is Guatemala and Mexico, and is bordered with the Caribbean Sea. Now, if we see the location of New Caledonia, you can see here it is Australia, and into the Pacific, New Caledonia is located here. It is a group of island. Now, this entire is New Caledonia, and this part is called as mainland or the island of Grande Terre. Now, Grande Terre is divided in two parts. One is the southern province, and the other is the northern province. Now, here the New Caledonia Barrier Reef is located, which is the longest barrier reef into the world and third largest barrier reef. Moreover, this New Caledonian Barrier Reef has also been given the status of World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Guys, apart from that, there is the Loyalty Islands, which are also the part of the New Caledonia Island. you can see that they are surrounded into the South Pacific Ocean, and here there is also Coral Sea on the other side. Now, if we talk about the relative position of the Great Barrier Reef, then the Great Barrier Reef is located somewhat here. So they are nearby. So this was all about this. Now we'll move to the next entry. Now, guys, Chagos Island was in news. Now, Chagos is an island territory into the Indian Ocean, and these islands are disputed between two nations. One is Mauritius, and other is the United Kingdom. Now, guys, if I tell you a little bit about the history, then originally Mauritius was a colony under the UK. And what happened just before the independence of Mauritius, United Kingdom took a part of the territory which was called as Chagos Island, and these Chagos Island was made a part of British Indian Ocean territory which belonged to the United Kingdom. So guys, after the Mauritius got independence in 1968, they asked that the Chagos Island should be given back to the Mauritius, but they denied. Now guys, among the Chagos Island, the largest island is Diego Garcia, and as Mauritius was asking back the Chagos Island as well as Diego Garcia, what UK did, UK gave the Diego Garcia to the USA for a lease in the year 1971. And as of now, a joint naval base is being operated at the Diego Garcia. Though the principal owner is US, but it is a joint naval base between the two countries. Now, repeatedly, Mauritius had made appeals that Diego Garcia and the Chagos archipelago should be returned back. Now, guys, what had happened? In 2015, Mauritius made an appeal into the Permanent Court of Arbitration, which is situated at Hague, Netherlands, and the islands were asked back. Now, guys, here it was said by the Permanent Court of Arbitration that the UK as well as US had occupied the islands illegally. Now, guys, after that, Mauritius also approached the United Nations General Assembly, and now finally, International Court of Justice had provided this that actually the Diego Garcia belongs to the Mauritius and it should be returned back. But the USA as well as UK had denied that they will not be giving back the Chagos Island and particularly the Diego Garcia. So they have denied, and US had said that, or earlier in 2016 a treaty has been signed between the US and UK, and the island has been leased till 2036. So till 2036 there is no chance, and even after that there is very weak possibility that the island will be given back. So, guys, as I was telling you, the Chagos archipelago, here it is, and in this, there is the island of Diego Garcia. Now, guys, into the Chagos Islands, certain islands are also disputed by the Maldives. Now, exactly Diego Garcia could be located here. You can see this thing. So, guys, please remember this thing that Diego Garcia is into the Indian Ocean. The dispute is between UK and between the Maldives, and Diego Garcia also can pose the challenge to India because it is into the vicinity of India. So, guys, this was all about this. Now, we'll move to the next entry. Now, guys, Sombra Mountains were in news, and these Sombra Mountains happens to be into the Tanzania. Now, in these mountains, a new species of flowering tree has been found, which is called as MED. Now, guys, this tree is very beautiful and is very rare and has been categorized by IUCN as the endangered category. So, the Usambara Mountains in Tanzania holds a relevance here. Friends, the question has been asked as where Atlas Mountain lie. So, Usambara Mountains could be asked into a question again. Now, Usambara Mountains are the part of Eastern Arc Mountains, which happens to be into the east of Africa. Now, guys, these Eastern Arc Mountains stretch from Kenya and go through the Tanzania, and this particular point is also World Biodiversity Hotspot. Now, guys, as we are talking about Tanzania, Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the highest mountain of Africa, is located into the Tanzania, and three of the great lakes of Africa are also in Tanzania. So Tanzania is very important. So these three great lakes are Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika, and Lake Nyasa. Now, Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake, and Lake Tanganyika is Africa's deepest lake. Now, as if we see the map of Kenya, you can see that here there is a Lake Victoria, then there is Lake Tanganyika, and here there is Lake Nyasa. So three of the greatest lakes are here. Now, when we are talking about Lake Victoria, it is shared between three countries, that is Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Now, if we see the bounding nations of Tanzania, then we will start from the 6 o'clock, and we can see there is Mozambique, then there is Malawi, then there is Zambia, then there is Congo DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, then there is Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya. So these are the bordering nations in the clockwise sequence. Now, guys, if you want to remember the bordering countries, we can remember this by a mnemonic. So, mnemonic goes like this: Mozambique male goes to zoo and calls for brew coffee. So, Mozambique stands for Mozambique, male stands for Malawi, zoo, Z stands for Zambia, call stands for Congo, brew, B for Burundi, R for Rwanda, U for Uganda, and coffee for K for Kenya. So guys, please remember this. Mozambique male goes to zoo and calls brew coffee. So guys, this was all about this. Please remember that there are Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Nyasa, Mount Kilimanjaro is also there, and a new flowering tree has been found which has been called as MED, and it has been given the IUCN status as endangered. After that, Kenya was in news, and why? Because there are only three white giraffe into the world, and out of these three, two giraffe have been killed by the poachers, and now there is only one white giraffe left on the entire earth, and he happens to be in Kenya. Now, if we talk about this white giraffe, this is not a separate species, but the unique white color is due to a genetic rare condition which is called as leucism. Now, guys, what happens due to this leucism? There is inhibition into the pigmentation, and because pigmentation does not occurs, there will be no patterns like this onto this white giraffe, and he will appear to be plain. So this is a very rare condition where there is no pigmentation. And when we are talking about the giraffes, giraffes have been given the status of vulnerable according to the IUCN's red list. Now, friends, with respect to declining population of giraffes, there could be certain possible reasons such as habitat loss, civil unrest, which is there into the Kenya, and lot of wildlife has suffered because of that. Then it is poaching and other ecological issues. Now, if we see Kenya on the map, then Kenya is bordered by South Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, Tanzania, and Uganda. So if we go from the 6 o'clock, then there will be Tanzania, there will be Uganda, then there will be South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Somalia. Now, in the same way, we will be remembering them into the sequence that is clockwise starting from the 6 o'clock. Now, when we want to talk about Kenya, so Kenya resembles the cane, and cane is just like a stick. So, guys, what happens? Your elder sister often beats you from the stick, that is a cane. So, from that cane stick, we will be making a mnemonic. And now the mnemonic is to sweet elder sister. So you are appeasing your elder sister so that she doesn't beats you by the cane. So T stands for Tanzania, U stands for Uganda, sweet stands for Sudan, South Sudan, E stands for Ethiopia, and S stands for Somalia. Sister stands for Somalia. So now the next entry is North Korea. So recently, Donald Trump became the first sitting president who set foot into the territory of North Korea. Now, friends, if we see the map of North Korea, we can see that on one hand there is North Korea, there is other South Korea, and in between This particular place is called as a 38 parallel, and it is considered to be the most heavily guarded place on earth, and it has been also called as demilitarized zone, DMZ. So guys, into the recent times, the North Korean chief and the president are meeting very frequently, and this was the third such meeting between the two leaders. The first they met at the Singapore summit, and after that they met at the Hanoi summit. Now, actually, what happened? The Trump, when he was going for the G20 meet in Osaka, then from South Korea he crossed the border towards the North Korea, and here he met the chief of North Korea, Kim Jong Un. Now, guys, one this particular thing, and secondly, North Korea was in news because of Mount Pektu. Now, Mount Pektu happens to be a very significant mountain for the Korea, both North and South Korea, as well as for China. Now, guys, first of all, Pektu Mountain is also called as Baekdu Mountain, as well as Changbai Mountain. So, it is majorly Changbai Mountain is called by the Chinese. Now, the location of mountain is on the border between the China and the North Korea. Now, friends, it is assumed that the founder of the Korean dynasty, that is Kim II Sung, was born at the region of Mount Pektu. Guys, the founder of Korean dynasty fought with the Japanese aggression, and he is revered in both North Korea and South Korea. Moreover, at the same time, Kim Jong II, who is the father of present chief of North Korea, was also born into the Mount Pektu. So therefore, it is very important location with respect to the Korea. Now, when we talk about Mount Pektu, it actually is a volcanic mountain. However, the volcano has not erupted in last 1000 years. It is basically strato type of volcano. And now when we talk about the geography of Mount Pektu, then a crater lake on the top of mountain has been formed, which is called as Heaven Lake. So guys, this was all about the North Korea. Now we'll move to the next entry. Now, Bougainville Island was in news, and friends, Bougainville Island might become the newest country into the world. Now, the Bougainville Island, it is located into the Pacific Island and had recently voted for an independence motion in a referendum which was raised. So, guys, you might be knowing that referendum is an exercise where the people vote with respect to matters concerning them. Now, friends, presently Bougainville Island is an autonomous region under the Papua New Guinea. If you remember, I have told you about the Solomon Islands. So, into the Solomon archipelago, Bougainville Island is there, and in terms of nationality, they are right now the part of Papua New Guinea. So, from Papua New Guinea, they had given a referendum for their own independence. However, if we talk what will be the fate of referendum, then it is uncertain because referendum is not binding on the Papua New Guinea. If it is accepted, then the Bougainville will become the newest nation of the world. Now, guys, on the Bougainville Island, Bagana volcano is also located, and here is Paguna copper mine. Now, Bougainville Island has one of the largest reserves of copper, and this Paguna copper mine is one of the largest mine here. But it has struck into a controversy due to which mine is not operational. Now, guys, Papua New Guinea, particularly into the region of Bougainville, witnessed the coconut revolution. So, into the coconut revolution, the fight was being carried between the defense forces and to the revolutionary forces. Due to that particular thing, the country's economy went very much down, and after that particular thing, the Paguna mine is also closed. So, Bougainville Island is important for referendum of independence, Paguna mine, Bogona, which happens to be an active volcano, and it is a part of a Solomon Island group. So, guys, this was all about this. Now we'll move to the next location. Now, the next entry is of Khuzestan province, which is in Iran. Now, this has been discovered as one of the largest oil field in Iran, and it is into the Ahvaz province of Iran. Now, because of this, Iran's potential to produce the crude oil has been increased substantially. Guys, if we talk about Iran, then Iran has world's fourth largest proven deposits of crude oil. Guys, when we talk about the largest producer and largest proven deposit, it is the different thing. Please keep that thing into your mind. Moreover, it has second largest deposit of natural gas after Russia. Now we see the province of Iran, that is Ahvaz. It is located here, and here it is touching the region of Iraq. Now if we see the neighboring nations of Iran, then we can see that there is Azerbaijan, then there is Caspian Sea, then there is Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Turkey, and Armenia. So guys, these are the nations which make a land boundary with Iran. Now we can also see that there is Persian Gulf. Here there will be the Gulf of Oman, and in between this point it is the Strait of Hormuz. So all these locations please keep into your mind, because there could be a question on these lines. Now friends, mnemonic to remember the neighbor is act friendly with Pakistan in times of urgency. So urgency, AR stands for Armenia. So the spelling of urgency is different. Act friendly. A for Azerbaijan, C for Caspian, T for Turkmenistan, friendly. Friendly, F friendly stands for Afghanistan. With Pakistan, in I stands for Iraq, T stands for Turkey, and stands for Armenia. Now, Iran was also in news because recently there was an agreement which was signed, that was Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, according to which certain conditionalities were imposed on Iran. Now friends, Iran was running a uranium enrichment program, and under this it was alleged that Iran might be using this uranium for the war purpose, and because of this thing sanctions were imposed on the Iran. However, in 2015 the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action as a deal was signed with Iran and the sanctions were lifted. Now recently the US has pulled out from this JCPOA and had said that the deal is not comprehensive, and now again sanctions have been imposed on Iran, due to which Iran is facing a kind of economic crisis. So because of these particular things, Iran have been into the news. A question could be expected. Now guys, that's all about Iran. Now we'll move to the next entry. Now Mongolia was in news because the president of Mongolia recently paid a state visit to India in 2019, and the year 2020 will be marking the 65 years of diplomatic relation between Mongolia and India. So Mongolia becomes an important location. Now if we see the location of Mongolia, it is very easy. It makes boundary with only two countries, one is Russia and other is China. Now one question could arise here, that it looks that it is sharing boundary with Kazakhstan, but actually it is not making any boundary with Kazakhstan. It makes boundary with only two countries, Russia and China. So it was a relatively easy entry. Now the next entry is from Kyrgyzstan. So recently the SCO summit held in Bishkek, which is in Kyrgyzstan. So SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and it is a regional grouping whose objective is to fight terrorism and to ensure the regional growth. Now guys, Shanghai Cooperation Organization centers around the region of Central Asia. If we see the members of SCO, they are China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India, and Pakistan. Now, how to remember the members of SCO? It is very simple. See, there are 5 countries into the Central Asia. These 5 countries are Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Now, only one is not the member of SCO, and that is Turkmenistan. So we get 4 members from Central Asia. Then one is Russia, one is China, and one is Pakistan, and one is India. So these are the members 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, when we are talking about the neighbors of Kyrgyzstan, how to remember the neighbors of Kyrgyzstan? Now let's see the neighbors of Kyrgyzstan. First of all, there is Kazakhstan, then there is China, then there is Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. Now, for remembering the nation, please remember that word Kirgi. Kirgi means murgi. Now, murgi is chicken. So, we need to make something like that. So, the ones who are vegetarian, then please don't mind. So, now we can make a mnemonic that KFC's chicken tikka is ultimate. So KFC, K stands for Kazakhstan, chicken CH stands for China, tikka stands for Tajikistan, and ultimate stands for Uzbekistan. So guys, this was all about the entries into the Central Asia. So guys, these were the major things which were into the news. I hope that you got the utility out of the session that we had discussed. So guys, if you like our video, then please do subscribe to our channel and please share our video. Thank you so much.